UFO's been going wild, so I'm just saying, if I'm catching one, let me go ahead.
In March 2026, a sonar signal left the Pentagon scrambling. A convoy hauled something across the desert that weighed 1 million pounds. And an alien landed and asked for one man by name. These clips only get stranger. Deep water contact. The carrier Meridian was on a classified run near Guam when the sea went dead flat. At 0347, sonar caught a mass rising from 1,200 feet. No submarine found, just something enormous accelerating upward. A dome the size of a city block cleared the water and hung 40 feet up without a sound. A corporal's body cam caught 11 seconds. 14 crew were on deck. Only 4 made it to their debriefs. The report blamed it as a pressure event. The man who came back.
Oh my God. Okay, you're real, you're real.
In 2023, a channel with no subscribers posted a single video. Voss stands face to face with 3 gray figures beside a half-buried craft. He puts out his hand. One reaches back. He says 847 of them live inside the Earth's crust. He says he was shown the date the next extinction begins, and that he was told not to share it. He shares it anyway. The video was deleted in 5 days. That night, his daughter got a call from a federal number telling her to stop looking. Nobody has seen him since. Too heavy to be real. Truckers on Route 83 started pulling over at 5:40 a.m. 37 trailers locked into one convoy, 11 miles an hour. Military escorts sealing off every exit for 60 miles. What they filmed doesn't belong on a truck, nearly 200 feet long. Matte black covered in ridged panels that looked grown instead of built. Orange light pulsing slow underneath. No markings on it. Engineers who got close said the hull was warm and their equipment died within 30 feet of it. The official statement called it a test vehicle. Temperature drop.
UFO's been going wild, so I'm just saying, if I'm catching one, let me go ahead.
A teenager on State Route 178 pulled over first. 4 minutes later, 17 cars were stopped behind her. A perfect disc, 340 feet across, hung above the hills. Dark gray, rotating slowly, glowing amber every 8 seconds. It held that position for 22 minutes. A retired aerospace contractor stood at the barrier and said nothing she'd ever built could do that. By the next afternoon, she'd retracted every word and stopped answering calls. But the part nobody could explain was the temperature. Every weather station within 12 miles logged a 14-degree drop while it sat there. The second it shot upward and vanished, the cold lifted in 90 seconds. She filmed him vanish. Marcus and Diane Webb were on their terrace in Phoenix. Marcus went inside for wine. Diane saw something over his shoulder and thought it was a drone. It wasn't. A disc slid in silently and stopped 200 feet above them. Marcus had his back to it, still talking. Diane was reaching for her phone when the beam fired. It lasted less than a second. A column of light dropped, closed around him, and when it lifted, he was simply gone. Police found nothing but his glass, still cold. He was never reported missing. His name is in no database. His sister's records request came back fully blacked out. Diane hasn't left that apartment. She says she's waiting. They asked for Elon.
Move! Move! Contact front! On that craft!
6 soldiers were sweeping a perimeter in the Moroccan desert when they spotted a light that wasn't on any map. Command said hold. They advanced anyway. What had landed was huge and seamless, still warm in the cold desert air. 2 figures stood beside it, over 7 feet, gray-skinned, eyes catching the light the way a cat's do. Then one raised its hand. The only man who survived to be debriefed said it spoke clear English. It asked to be taken to Elon Musk by name, twice. Then the sky opened. A second craft came down big enough to blot out a quarter of the stars. 11 seconds later, 5 soldiers were gone. The sand was fused to glass, and the survivor was found 2 kilometers away, unable to speak for 19 days. The fatal handshake.
Hi. Oh, God.
The man has never been identified. The video was shared 40,000 times before the channel was taken down. Researchers have studied every frame. It shows him walking across flat scrubland toward a low, wide craft and two gray figures. Their proportions wrong in a way that's hard to name. As he gets close, one raises its hand, palm out. Not a warning, an invitation. He reaches out and makes contact. In under 2 seconds, the figure drops. The way something drops when every system inside it shuts off at once. The second figure doesn't react. It just turns its head and looks dead into the camera, like it had always known it was being filmed. Biophysicists said the collapse matches no known trauma. One speculated a single touch of human bioelectricity is enough to kill them. The second figure was still standing when the footage cut out. Forest Watcher. Ryan Holt was 8 miles into a solo trail, filming the morning mist, when he saw something through the trees that didn't belong. A disc, 60 feet across, hung just above the canopy. A low hum he felt in his chest, more than heard. It wasn't moving, like it had been parked there a while before he arrived. Then he saw what was sitting on top of it. A small pale figure, head too big, limbs too thin to look biological. And it wasn't looking at him. It was staring straight down at the forest floor, locked onto something specific below. It never reacted to him. Didn't look up when he cracked a branch underfoot. He filmed 90 more seconds, and its posture never shifted a single degree. Whatever it was watching down there, it wasn't finished when Holt left. Ocean Retrieval. A research vessel was running a deep water survey when every instrument flatlined at once. Not broken, reading something it wasn't built to process. Then 4 crew on the back deck saw it. A deep red glow under the water, as wide as the ship, rising, until the surface began to dome upward over whatever was coming. One of them started filming. No, the object breached and stopped 60 feet up in near silence, then fired a red beam straight back down into the deep. Whatever it was pulling up never broke the surface. The beam cut off, and the craft was gone in 2 seconds. Naval intelligence subpoenaed the sonar logs within 4 days. 3 crew quit the sea entirely, and none will discuss that night. Whatever was in that water, something came back for it. Grounded giant. A former base contractor got a tip to be at a Nevada perimeter at 4 a.m. with a long lens. He was. What sits on that airstrip is longer than 2 airliners end to end, curved, ridged, organic looking, with a green light pulsing from underneath, like the source is moving around inside it. But the craft isn't the part that should scare you. It's the ground crew. 12 to 15 people in military gear move around it, running cables, checking handhelds, completely calm. Nobody's looking up in awe. Nobody's in emergency mode. A former intelligence analyst reviewed this clip, then went silent on every platform. His last words: that calm isn't first contact. It's how people act after years of working beside the thing. Weeks later, the airstrip was torn up and resurfaced. The contractor has moved twice and won't say where. He was spearfishing alone off the coast of Australia when he made a decision that nearly ended everything. He poked a massive nurse shark resting quietly against the reef just to see what it would do. It showed him exactly what it would do. The shark spun instantly, jaws wide open, and clamped directly onto his spear gun, inches from his hand. The water exploded with bubbles and panic. He pushed back with everything he had, pinned against the coral, no air, no room. He barely broke free. The camera caught every single terrifying second of it. He came home late, locked the door. Normal night, except the lights wouldn't turn on, and somewhere deeper inside the apartment, something was already moving around. He grabbed his phone and started filming, thinking it was a break-in. Then, a ball rolled across the drawing room floor, slowly, deliberately, with nobody near it. Before he could even process that, he heard it, his name, whispered, right behind his ear. He turned and caught a small child peeking around the hallway wall, staring directly at him, then suddenly sprinting across the corridor laughing. disappearing straight through a closed door like the wood meant nothing. He tried the handle, locked from the other side. Then, the door surface began to ripple, and a woman's face pushed through it, eyes wide open, completely silent, just watching him from inside the door itself. The video ends there. He never explained how he got out. He noticed the kid first, just standing there, barely visible, peeking over the edge of the kitchen sink, staring directly at him, silent, unblinking. The man moved closer, phone already recording, assuming it was a neighbor's child somehow inside his home. But the second he leaned over to look, nothing, no child, no sound of footsteps running, no door opening, just an empty sink and 4 walls with nowhere to hide. The whole interaction lasted maybe 6 seconds, but here's what nobody can explain. The kitchen door was locked from the inside the entire time. A paranormal investigation team in Malaysia set up cameras inside a house that had been abandoned for 11 years. Neighbors refused to even walk past it. Whatever was inside, they were about to find out. The footage starts normally. Quiet rooms, empty hallways. Then, in the corner of one room, they found her. A young woman, crouched, completely still, long black hair covering her face, clothes torn. The moment the camera light hit her, she looked up. Entirely white eyes, blood running freely from her mouth, and she smiled. The team tried performing a religious recitation to drive whatever was inside her out. She screamed in a voice that didn't sound human, thrashed violently, then suddenly went completely silent and still. The lead investigator said afterward that during the entire recitation, she kept whispering names of people who weren't in that room. None of them slept that night.
Ya Allah.
He only stepped outside to check if the area had a power cut. Normal Tuesday night. Porch light was out, so he used his phone torch, and that's when he saw her. Pressed flat against the wall beside his front door. Long black hair hanging over her face, fingers stretched unnaturally long, head tilted completely downward, not moving, not breathing visibly. Just standing there like she'd been waiting for hours. He stumbled backward and slammed the door. When he looked through the peephole 30 seconds later, she was gone. In a small village in rural Rajasthan, locals have avoided one particular tree for generations. No one walks past it after dark. Everyone knows why. But this man didn't know the rules yet. Cutting through the fields late at night, he heard singing. Soft, almost beautiful. Then he saw her. A girl in white, swinging and laughing beneath the branches like midnight, was completely normal. He called out. She stopped, slowly turned her head backwards and smiled. In these villages, they have a name for what sits in trees at night, singing, waiting, pulling people closer. That night, the mosque was completely empty. It was 9:20 p.m. Prayers had long finished, and the caretaker was doing his final round when he noticed something already inside. A glowing white figure, seated on the prayer mat, swaying slowly left to right. No feet visible beneath it. No sound at all. He made the mistake of getting closer with his phone. Then it stopped swaying, stood up instantly, and charged directly at the camera. Footage cuts. The next morning, only his phone was found on the mosque floor. The caretaker has not been seen since. Every clip in this video was reported, removed, or the account behind it simply vanished overnight. No warnings, no explanations, just gone. If you recognized any of these locations, please stay inside tonight.
During a heated debate on a news channel, viewers noticed something unusual. Vice President Pence appeared to have a bloodshot eye, raising questions of pink eye, while a strange fly buzzed around his head. The bizarre combination caught everyone's attention, turning an ordinary political exchange into a shocking and unforgettable live moment.
And I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day. This reform bill brought together a group of Republicans and Democrats. Senator Harris.
I hate to agree with Taco Trump, but in this clip, Biden genuinely looks robotic. His movements stiff, expressions oddly delayed, almost like a malfunctioning automaton. Viewers can't help but notice, sparking conversations online about whether it's fatigue, teleprompter issues, or something far stranger behind the scenes.
My ability to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
During a live streaming segment in Jordan, a group of angry pundits completely lost control, wreaking havoc inside the TV studio. They smashed a table in a shocking outburst, leaving staff and viewers stunned. The chaotic moment was captured on camera and quickly went viral as audiences around the world reacted to the unexpected destruction and the intense emotions unfolding in real time.
من يدفع أخرس لا أنت اللي بدأت أنا أخرس لا يا أنت اللي بدأت يا شاكر أنت اللي شاكر يا أخوان أنت اللي بدأت لا يا أنت اللي بدأت يا سامي لا
On live TV, February 13th, 2011, a reporter struggled visibly with a severe migraine. Her discomfort was evident as she fought to stay composed, making it one of the most relatable and human moments on air, reminding viewers that even professionals can face unexpected challenges while reporting live.
Very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison.
During a live stream, YouTuber Rubsy captured chilling paranormal activity, an entire gate swinging open on its own with no one near it. Viewers watched in shock as the eerie moment unfolded in real time, sparking debates online about whether it was a haunting or an elaborate stunt.
Tragic story of my my bringing down of my dear.
The anchor's eyes turned completely white, claiming it as her hidden talent, leaving viewers both shocked and intrigued.
Watch this, y'all. It's my hidden talent. Oh, you want me to do it again?
A video going viral shows a female presenter on a live broadcast hilariously mistaking someone walking past her for a dog. Her shocked reaction and awkward recovery left viewers laughing, turning an ordinary news segment into a memorable internet moment.
As far as the damage goes this morning, what you're seeing is actually a dog coming into our live shot. I think it's a dog. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's some sort of creature below me, and really all that's been affected is what's supposed to be a road right below my feet, and it's just basically covered in mud, but other than that...
A bizarre glitch in the Matrix moment stunned viewers as the Royals appeared almost robotic. Their synchronized movements and unusual reactions, with everyone looking behind them simultaneously, created an eerie, uncanny scene that left the audience questioning reality. During Rammstein's 2012 concert in Paris, the lead singer's eyes underwent a mysterious transformation, captivating the crowd and sparking speculation about supernatural effects or theatrical illusions on stage. Men in this region have been reporting strange sounds from the water for 3 months before this drone footage surfaced. Low, resonant, almost rhythmic, coming from just beyond the surf line after dark. Nobody connected it to anything until a drone caught these two creatures on the beach below the cliffs. Dark-scaled bodies, fin tails, ridged spines, faces locked together in what the footage shows as an unmistakable confrontation. But here is what nobody can agree on. Are they fighting or performing a ritual that just looks like one?
Made, and another tied by a crane. These clips only get stranger. Lifted by the crane. She was unconscious when they found her. By the time she opened her eyes, it was already too late. Ropes were wrapped tight around her body, and a crowd of people stood watching from below. She tried to move her tail. It barely shifted. The crane had already lifted her into the air, dangling above the ground with nowhere to go. She twisted and pulled, but the ropes held firm. For a few seconds, she just hung there, surrounded by people she had never seen, in a world she was never supposed to be part of. The stare that didn't blink. A diver was 60 feet underwater off the coast of Japan when she appeared out of the dark. Long black hair floating around her shoulders, pale skin with veins showing through, a mouth slightly open with too many small, sharp teeth behind it. She did not move. She did not attack. She just floated directly in front of his mask and stared. His camera caught everything, every fingernail, every shadow beneath her eyes. He stayed completely still for 9 seconds. Then she turned and disappeared into the deep blue without leaving a single bubble behind. The White One. In 2023, fishermen off the coast of Fiji pulled their rafts ashore and found something already waiting for them. It was snow white, the size of a full-grown man, but longer, covered in thick slime that left marks on everything it touched. The tail was unmistakable, so were the hands. Nobody moved closer than they had to. The village elders gave it a name that roughly translated to the one that comes before something worse. 3 weeks later, a storm destroyed half the coastline. Nobody has fished that stretch of water since. It shouldn't have survived that. The hook caught it at 2,000 feet below the surface. By the time it reached the boat, it should have been dead. Pressure change alone kills most deep-sea creatures within minutes. This one was still screaming, pale, hairless, with a face that sat somewhere wrong between fish and human. Its tail beat against the hull, while its mouth stayed wide open, making a sound nobody on that boat had ever heard before. Marine biologists reviewed the footage and could not identify the species. They stopped responding to emails shortly after. The waters they were warned about.
It looks like a mermaid.
Captain Eric Halverson had been warned twice. The stretch of water beyond Lofoten was off limits after dark. He went anyway. 2 hours out, his crew saw them. 2 pale figures swimming alongside the boat, matching its speed turn for nearly 40 minutes. The footage shows the shock on Eric's own face before he even turned the camera outward. When he finally did, the figures were close enough to see clearly. He returned to port before sunrise. His fishing license was revoked the following week. No explanation was ever given. The fortune nobody could hold. When the net came up, nobody on deck was ready for what was inside. A face that looked almost human, with long copper hair and skin that seemed carved rather than natural. Below the waist, a gold-scaled tail, still wet, thrashing hard enough to send grown men sliding across the deck. She screamed, not like an animal, like something that knew exactly what was happening. 3 men could not hold her. She went back over the railing within minutes. Old fishermen say whoever keeps one never needs to work again. Nobody ever has. Nobody wanted to touch it. 2 fishermen off the coast of Indonesia pulled their net up at sunrise and immediately went quiet. The creature inside was massive, gray-purple skin, a face too close to human, its mouth slightly open, its eyes catching the morning light in a way fish eyes simply do not. Nobody was willing to use their hands. They hoisted it up with a crane hook instead. It was not fully dead when it came aboard. The footage was posted once, shared 170,000 times, then deleted without explanation. The fishermen have not posted anything since.
A farmer had been watching his horse graze on dry land for years without a single unusual moment, until the day something descended from above and changed that completely. A second horse came down from the sky, winged white, landing beside the grazing animal with the kind of ease that suggested this wasn't its first landing. It circled once, touched down, and walked directly toward the farm horse like it knew it. The two stood together briefly, nose to nose, before the winged one opened its wings and lifted back into the sky without any drama whatsoever. The farmer is still struggling to describe what he watched happen in his own field. At 1:35 a.m., a CCTV camera caught a man already bleeding, limping desperately through a narrow alley. But nobody was watching the man. They were watching what was behind him. A low, four-legged creature crawling at impossible speed, multiple tails trailing behind it like whips cutting through the darkness. It moved with locked predatory focus, never rushing, never losing ground. The man had clearly been running for a while. The creature looked like it had been enjoying every second of the chase. Whatever wounded him first, this was not done with him yet. Someone walking past a rocky hillside path noticed the cave. First, nothing unusual, just a dark opening in the rock face. Then, something shot out of it that wiped every normal thought from their mind. Jet black, bipedal, hunched forward at the shoulders with 2 massive dark wings spreading behind it like a shadow that had learned to run. It had come from inside that cave, and it was carrying something. A live animal, locked between its jaws, legs still fighting against its chest as this thing accelerated away down the path without breaking its stride, even once. Whatever that creature had gone into that cave to find, it found it. This drone camera caught something that defied all explanation. Dozens of pale, goblin-like creatures swarmed a sandy shoreline, their gray bodies moving with terrifying coordination. At the center of the chaos, a mermaid, her brilliant blue tail thrashing desperately as the creatures dragged her from the water onto the beach. She fought back, but they overwhelmed her with sheer numbers. Within seconds, the waves went still. The beach fell empty. Whatever was taken that night vanished completely. Some doors of the ocean, it seems, were never meant to be opened. A drone was mapping frozen wilderness when it locked onto something that should not exist. Towering above the entire tree line, a humanoid figure, as tall as 3 pine trees, walking casually across the ridge. Its body impossibly thin, long stretched limbs swinging with each slow, confident stride. No hesitation, no hurry, just a giant treating these frozen mountain peaks like its own neighborhood. The drone operator cut the feed and fled. Some wilderness, it turns out, is already occupied. A hiker filming the Himalayas from a summit never expected to capture this. Perched across an entire mountain ridge, a spider so massive its legs spanned multiple peaks. It moved slowly, deliberately, each leg planting into the snow-capped slopes like the mountains were nothing but stepping stones. The creature's dark-armored body blocked the horizon completely. No animal, no drone, no explanation. The hiker froze, too terrified to run. By the time the camera stopped shaking, the giant had vanished behind the clouds, as if the Himalayas had simply swallowed it.
At a seaside resort, a woman steps into a pool connected to the open ocean, unaware of what lurks beneath. Suddenly, the water explodes as a shark strikes. Panic takes over as a peaceful swim turns into a terrifying, life-threatening moment. Daniel Hayes. At Westbrook Solutions, night guard Daniel Hayes worked alone. By morning, he was found dead in his apartment. Reviewing security footage, co-workers saw him suddenly stiffen, head snapping upward, eyes hollow. His body moved unnaturally. Something took hold of him that night and never let go. The Hoofed Man. A traveler passing through a remote Kivaru village noticed a man walking in a way that didn't seem possible. One leg ended like a hoof. He claimed he was born this way, calling it a curse his bloodline carried for generations, but no one knew where it began. Beyond diagnosis.
Paige.
You and the camera, when are you gonna stop it?
Daniel Brooks was recording his girlfriend Mia after doctors couldn't explain her worsening behavior. During an argument, the bathroom door suddenly slammed shut.
I'm so over this house and I'm over the filming and everything.
When it opened, she was clinging to the ceiling. It shut again.
Paige!
Then opened to her collapsed in the tub. Whatever was happening wasn't medical or even from this world.
Paige! Paige! Oh, shit. Oh, Paige.
The Possession Night. Late at night in a quiet Chinese town, a man suddenly began growling in a chilling feminine voice. His body lifted and twisted unnaturally. 2 locals rushed in, chanting and restraining him as the air grew tense. By the time they held him down, it didn't seem like they were restraining him anymore. Wendy Williams. In 2017, Wendy Williams fainted live on TV during a Halloween segment. But after rumors surfaced about alleged ties to a satanic cult, people started looking at it differently. The way she froze, her expression shifting suddenly. It didn't look like a normal collapse. It felt abrupt, controlled, almost like something took over, just for a moment.
So it was a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
The cold presence. What started as a normal workout quickly turned chilling. The door creaked open, then slammed shut on its own. A magazine slid across the table. The pumpkin dropped without warning. The air turned freezing, breath visible. Then came it, faint, heavy breathing. The traffic stop vanish.
Your driver's license, registration, please? Yeah.
During a routine traffic stop, the woman seemed calm at first, but something felt off. Her eyes looked lifeless, her speech slightly erratic, almost delayed.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car. Where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop sign?
Then suddenly, she was gone. No door, no movement. Later, viewers questioned everything, because the way she behaved didn't feel human to begin with.
Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. Okay. Your registration is
The hand behind her mark.
Hey, Dad, look at Carlin.
Dalton was filming his kids playing when his son told him to look at his sister in the distance. Behind her, a tall, unnatural figure stood, its arm stretched toward her.
Get up here, Carly!
He rushed over, but there was nothing there. Days later, he revealed his daughter had fallen mysteriously ill, with no explanation. God in the flash.
Go!
When this video was uploaded, it sent shockwaves across the internet. A man filming an approaching storm captured lightning tearing across the sky. And in that flash, a massive human-like figure appeared in the distance, too clear to ignore. Some believe it's the thunder god described in ancient texts, watching from above. The highway stalker. Two women were filming on an empty highway at 1:30 a.m. when one suddenly froze mid-sentence. The other turned and froze too. At the far end stood a man-like figure, completely still, not quite human. Then it moved, sprinting toward them. The video surfaced years later, but no one knows what happened to them. The imitation. A woman filming a late-night vlog heard a child crying nearby. She approached slowly, asking what was wrong, but the crying didn't sound normal. It just continued. Uneven, almost forced. When the girl finally turned, her face looked twisted, unnatural, almost wrong. Was it really a child, or something pretending to be one? The shadows claim. Late at night, a man cleaning his pool didn't notice the dark shadow approaching behind him. It pointed, and something seemed to drain out of him instantly. He began moving strangely, like he wasn't himself. His daughter rushed in to help, but he didn't respond, like something else had taken control. The quiet separation. In a quiet hospital hallway, a covered body lay still until something impossible happened. CCTV captured a faint, human-shaped form rising from it, drifting upward for just a moment. No one was there, no movement, except that. Was it the soul leaving the body, or something else taking its place?
Was it guilt? Was it fear wearing thin with old age? Or did someone release it because the thing on that hillside is no longer something they need to keep secret? Because the centaur is not a Greek invention. Cultures across Central Asia, ancient Persia, and Native American tradition all carry independent accounts of half-human, half-horse beings. Separated by thousands of miles and thousands of years, none of them connected. All of them describing the same thing. And somewhere on a hillside in 2001, a camera got close enough to make those ancient accounts feel less like mythology and more like field notes. charging at you in daylight is terrifying, try encountering what these campers found in complete darkness at 2 in the morning. 4 friends on a camping trip in remote canyon country, somewhere along the Arizona-Nevada border. Jake Mercer, 28, a high school teacher from Phoenix, had organized the trip. 3 nights, no itinerary, just tents and open sky. By the second night, they were settled around a dying fire when they heard it. A girl, crying, then screaming. The kind of screaming that bypasses logic and goes straight to your spine. High-pitched, desperate, the unmistakable sound of someone in genuine distress calling for help. Jake said it sounded like a teenager, like a young girl who had fallen or gotten lost in the dark, so they grabbed their torch and went toward it. They wished they had not. Standing on the cliff face across the narrow canyon was a figure, small, the height and frame of a girl no older than 15, a deep red dress hanging still in air that had no breeze, long, thin arms and legs, too thin, the kind of thin that looks structural rather than human, long black hair falling completely over the face like a curtain drawn shut. And then the hair shifted. 2 eyes, burning red, not reflecting light the way animal eyes do in the dark, generating it. Deep, steady, unblinking crimson light coming from inside whatever was behind that hair. No pupils, no whites, just 2 glowing points of red staring directly, completely at them. Jake said the screaming had stopped the moment they arrived, like it was never distress at all, like it was a call. The figure stood on a near vertical cliff face with no grip, no ledge, no visible footing, just standing, perfectly balanced, as if gravity had quietly excused itself from the situation. It did not move toward them. It did not move at all. It simply watched, with the patience of something that has done this before, something that already knows how the night ends. Jake told me they backed away slowly without saying a single word to each other. No one spoke until they reached the tents. No one slept until sunrise. So what was it? A banshee, the wailing harbinger of Celtic folklore whose scream was never a cry for help, but a warning. A Pontianak, the South Asian spirit of a young woman who lures people toward her with the sound of crying before revealing what she truly is. Or something the canyon has been keeping in its walls long before any of those traditions had names for it, because that screaming had to come from somewhere, and whatever was standing on that cliff was not the one in distress. Now it is your turn to share your thoughts and your own experiences. Leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe, because we will be back with even bigger mysteries. You won't believe these mythical creatures were caught on camera. When the camera captures a dangerous mermaid attacking people, real mythical creature is exposed. A seraphim angel descends into water, glowing wings spreading divine presence across the surface. Caring hands warm the cold mermaid baby, gently restoring life.
Smell like lobster, man.
Angels fall from the sky. Footage captures the entire moment. Stay with us for more.
He's moving, he's moving.
Oh my God.
This is
revelation.
It's Jesus. Jesus is coming back. Look at the wing. It's lifting up. It's going up.
A chilling figure slithers into view. Half human, half snake, moving unnaturally beside a deserted road.
Volteó. Ahí se escondió. ¿Lo tienes?
Its upper body twists like a person, but below, a long serpentine tail drags across the asphalt. Witnesses freeze as it crawls closer, eyes reflecting headlights. Captured on camera, this disturbing encounter leaves one terrifying question behind. Was this creature real or something far beyond our understanding? In the dead of night, something moves just beyond the light, watching, waiting. A strange creature lurks in the darkness, barely visible until the camera zooms in. Its shape shifts, its eyes glint, and suddenly it steps forward. Every second is captured in chilling detail, leaving no room for doubt. What was hiding in the shadows isn't just imagination, it's real, and now the footage proves it. Deep in the shadows of night, the camera captures something unbelievable, A small, twisted goblin crouched near water, tearing into a raw fish with sharp, frantic bites. Its glowing eyes dart toward the lens as if it knows it's being watched. The creature's movements are quick, unnatural, almost animalistic. This chilling footage raises a terrifying question. What else is hiding in the darkness, waiting to be discovered? In a dimly lit corner, the camera captures something truly unsettling. A spider unlike anything seen before. Its body crawls low and fast, but its upper half resembles a humanoid face and torso.
Hermano, está otra vez. Las patas parecen de araña. Hermano, está ahí abajo, ¿nos puede ver? ¿Puede ver?
Eerily expressive and disturbingly lifelike. The creature pauses, almost as if aware of being watched, before skittering out of sight. This bizarre footage leaves viewers shaken, questioning whether this terrifying hybrid could actually exist. A mechanic working on an old tractor behind a storage shed stepped away to grab tools when he noticed something shifting in the shadows beneath the rusted wheels.
Should I go under?
At first, it looked like a trick of the light, but then it moved again, slowly, deliberately. He froze, watching closely as the darkness seemed to breathe. Whatever was hiding there wasn't just an animal, and it definitely wasn't supposed to be there. A group of hikers stopped along a narrow trail after spotting something strange lying directly in their path. At first, it looked like debris, but as they got closer, it shifted slightly. The group froze, exchanging uneasy glances. One of them raised a camera, capturing every second as the mysterious object began to move. What they thought was harmless quickly turned into something far more unsettling and impossible to explain. In the quiet of a backyard at dusk, the camera suddenly catches frantic movement. A small goblin-like creature darting into the yard.
¡Se la llevó! ¡Se la llevó! ¡Wow!
In seconds, it grabs a chicken with shocking speed, clutching it tightly before bolting toward the shadows. The footage shakes as the person filming panics, but the moment is clear. Within seconds, the creature disappears into darkness, leaving behind chaos, feathers, and one chilling, unforgettable sight. From the still surface of the water, a glowing creature slowly rises, illuminating everything around it.
Wow, he's super big tail.
Shaped like a mystical fish, it spreads radiant wings made of pure light, shimmering in colors that seem impossible to exist. The air feels charged as it hovers for a moment, almost watching. Captured on camera, this breathtaking yet eerie sight blurs the line between myth and reality, raising one haunting question. Are legends beginning to come to life? On a quiet riverbank, a group of fishermen pull in their net, only to uncover something unbelievable. Thrashing in the mud is a strange fish, but it has human-like arms, twitching and reaching in an unsettling way. The men step back in shock as it wriggles violently, almost trying to escape. Captured on camera, this bizarre discovery leaves everyone stunned, questioning what kind of creature they've really pulled from the depths. Under the cover of darkness, a strange bird swoops silently through the night sky, targeting unsuspecting people below. Its wings beat with unnatural force, and its piercing cries echo through the empty streets. Suddenly, it dives, attacking with sharp precision before vanishing into the shadows again. Panic spreads as the encounters are caught on camera, leaving witnesses terrified and one chilling question lingering. What kind of creature hunts like this in the night? At first glance, it looks like a crocodile, low to the ground, armored and slow-moving, but something feels off.
¿Cómo nos está mirando?
Its movements are too smooth, almost deliberate, and its eyes reflect light unnaturally. As the camera zooms in, subtle differences become clear. This isn't any known reptile. It pauses, turning slightly as if aware of being watched. Then, without warning, it slips away, leaving behind only confusion and a growing sense of unease. High above the clouds, something unusual drifts into view, a strange creature soaring where no bird should be. Its silhouette shifts against the sky, wings moving in an odd, almost unnatural rhythm. The camera struggles to focus as it glides silently, blending in and out of the clouds. For a brief moment, it becomes clear enough to see its bizarre shape, before disappearing again, leaving behind only mystery and unanswered questions. Grainy, distorted footage flickers on screen, captured through thick, reinforced glass deep inside a concrete facility. Inside the cell, a massive creature shifts in the shadows, its long limbs bending at unnatural angles, joints twisting in ways that shouldn't be possible. Its slick, wet skin reflects the harsh, flickering lights above, making it look almost alive in a disturbing, otherworldly way. For a moment, it stays still, then suddenly moves. Slowly, deliberately, it turns toward the camera, as if it can sense being watched. The air feels tense, heavy. Then its mouth begins to open, stretching far wider than any living thing should, revealing darkness inside. The screen glitches, and the recording cuts abruptly. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, where sunlight barely reaches, a camera captures something unsettling drifting through the darkness. The creature moves slowly, almost gracefully, its crocodile-like snout cutting through the water, but its eyes, eerily human, watching with quiet awareness. It doesn't attack or flee, only observes, lingering just long enough to be seen. Then it fades back into the abyss. Was it an undiscovered species, or something far closer to myth? Out at sea, fishermen struggle as their nets grow impossibly heavy. When they finally haul them up, they're met with a shocking sight. A giant crab, far larger than anything they've ever seen, thrashing wildly on deck. Its massive claws snap dangerously, echoing across the boat. Captured on camera, the encounter turns chaotic as the crew backs away in fear, realizing they may have pulled up something straight from the deep. Along a quiet coastline, something unsettling washes ashore, drawing the attention of curious onlookers. At first, it appears to be debris, but as the camera gets closer, a disturbing detail emerges. A face, eerily humanoid, staring blankly from the strange creature's body. Its features seem almost lifelike, yet completely unnatural. Waves crash nearby as people step back in shock, capturing every moment. What they found that day remains unexplained, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. In a remote stretch of ocean, footage reveals something truly bizarre. A creature with a zebra-like patterned body, its stripes shifting as it moves like petals in water. It drifts like a living flower, then suddenly snaps shut, devouring a passing fish in seconds. The eerie behavior feels almost designed, not natural. Encounters like this spark wild theories online. Some even claim discoveries like this are why ocean exploration remains so mysterious and limited. In the middle of a vast desert, a shocking scene unfolds as the camera captures what appears to be a giant man standing face to face with a wild lion.
¿Lo estás grabando?
Sí, sí. Es un gigante.
Estoy peleando con un león.
Madre mía.
Cuidado, se está acercando.
Retrocedan, retrocedan.
The tension is instant. The lion circles cautiously, while the towering figure barely moves, watching. Suddenly, the lion lunges, and chaos erupts. Sand flies everywhere as the struggle begins. The footage cuts in the middle of the clash, leaving viewers stunned and questioning what they just witnessed. Deep inside a dark cave, a camera captures something unbelievable. A group of strange, alien-like figures moving in a rhythmic, almost synchronized way.
¡Están golpeando la cueva! ¡Se cayó!
Their bodies shift as if they're dancing, circling one another in eerie harmony. The silence of the cave makes it even more unsettling. What were they doing there? Some kind of ritual, communication, or something else entirely? The footage ends abruptly, leaving behind more questions than answers. At the edge of an old, forgotten well, a camera records something deeply unsettling. At first, there's only silence, then a sudden splash echoes from below. Moments later, a figure emerges, dripping and frantic. A mermaid, but not as imagined. Its face twists in panic as it lets out a piercing scream that chills the air. The person filming stumbles back as the creature reaches upward. Then the footage cuts, leaving terror behind. In a dimly lit backyard, a man struggles to control something thrashing wildly at the end of a rope. As the camera steadies, a small goblin-like creature comes into view, snarling and pulling back with surprising strength.
¡Es un duende! ¡Agárralo bien, no lo sueltes!
The man yells, trying to tie it up, but the creature resists, twisting and clawing at the ground. The chaotic scene raises a chilling question. Was he trying to capture it or stop it? On a rugged forest floor, a tense standoff unfolds between a powerful Komodo dragon and a defensive porcupine. The Komodo circles slowly, venomous bite ready, while the porcupine raises its sharp quills in warning. One wrong move could be fatal. As the predator lunges, it risks impaling itself on deadly spikes. The clash is brief but intense, showcasing raw survival instincts where attack meets defense in the wild. Shadows move where nothing should be, and the camera struggles to focus. Strange figures appear, tall, silent, their movements unnervingly smooth. Their eyes seem to reflect light differently, almost cold, almost aware. Are they reptilians or just something misunderstood?
¿Algo moviéndose ahí? ¿Son reptiles? Están empujando algo grande.
The footage ends abruptly, leaving behind mystery, fear, and unanswered questions lingering. In a rural community in Ladalia, residents were stunned when a newborn pig appeared with unusual deformities resembling a human-like face. Locals gathered in shock as the rare case spread quickly. Experts suggest it may be a severe congenital malformation, though rumors and fear continue to surround the unsettling birth. In China, a viral video shows a fish with markings resembling a human face, astonishing viewers. Is it a rare mutation or pareidolia? As it swims closer, curiosity grows, proving how easily the mind turns the ordinary into something extraordinary. In a quiet rural area, a newborn goat shocks locals with a disturbing appearance, its features oddly resembling a human face. Crowds gather as photos spread quickly, fueling fear and curiosity. Experts suggest a rare congenital deformity, but many remain unsettled, wondering how something so familiar could look so unnervingly human. Police in a rural area captured a strange, unfamiliar bird that locals claim is a witch bird. Its unusual appearance and behavior sparked fear, with some believing it's supernatural. However, experts suggest it could be a rare or sick species. While rumors spread quickly, the real explanation is likely far less mysterious than it seems. In a remote desert, a disturbing creature is caught on camera, its massive claws strangely tucked into its own mouth as it moves across the sand. The sight is deeply unsettling, leaving witnesses confused and alarmed. While some fear it's something unnatural, experts would likely suggest a rare deformity or unknown species adapting to harsh conditions. Deep in a forest, unsettling footage captures an unknown creature moving in unnatural ways. It doesn't resemble any known species, leaving viewers disturbed and curious. As sightings like this grow, questions rise. Was this a rare encounter, or proof that something unknown still hides within the wilderness?
quiet, stay quiet.
On a massive cargo ship, chaos erupts as crew members capture shocking footage of a giant mermaid thrashing across the deck. Its powerful tail slams against metal as it rolls violently, water splashing everywhere.
Hold it in! Keep it down! It's twisting! Watch the tail! Keep it down. Oh, God! Hit it! Don't tighten it! Don't let it slip! Yeah, it's loose! Grab it!
It's looking right at me!
Sailors scramble to stay back, stunned and terrified. The creature lets out a chilling sound before the clip ends, leaving behind disbelief and fear. Along the vast Amazon River, witnesses report spotting a massive, mysterious creature walking along the riverbank. Its size and strange features spark intense debate. Was it a rare species or something unknown?
Copy. I'm on it. Camera's
Those
rolling.
horns are wider than the bank.
Holding altitude, 300 feet.
Look at the size of its tracks. Sand swallowing them.
Command's not gonna believe this.
It's like a
In a place as wild as the Amazon, mysteries like this continue to captivate explorers and scientists alike. A mysterious creature resembling a wild boar is caught on camera, moving through the shadows with an unusual gait. Its features seem distorted, not quite matching any known species. The footage leaves viewers puzzled. Was it a rare mutation or something far more unexplained lurking in the wild? On February 19, 2023, in Ohio, a woman named Sarah claimed she encountered the Rake, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes and razor claws.
big buck or something. Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a buck?
What is that?
Dude, that's not a buck, dude. That's a... Dude, go, 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 go.
Watching from the darkness, it moved unnaturally close. Was it fear playing tricks, or something far more real lurking just beyond sight? In England, alleged footage shows a mysterious unicorn moving through a distant field, sparking intense debate. Long described in ancient texts by writers like Ctesias and Pliny the Younger, the unicorn has always been myth. But this sighting leaves viewers wondering, has legend finally crossed into reality, or is there another explanation? In Alaska, a massive unknown sea monster was filmed in a river, sparking wild theories. Witness Craig McKay claimed it was a 5-meter creature. Some suggest a giant sturgeon, while experts argue it was debris. The mystery remains unsolved. Wow, I've heard about aliens, but now people are talking about demons too. Stories and sightings keep getting stranger, blurring the line between imagination and reality. Makes you wonder what's really out there, or if it's all just fear and mystery. What do you think about this footage of a dragon skeleton in China? Could it be real, or just an elaborate hoax? Discoveries like this spark curiosity, but often have scientific explanations behind them, despite how convincing they appear. Off the coast of Cornwall, a mysterious mermaid sighting has sparked intrigue. Witnesses claim a figure with a shimmering tail was seen moving through the water before vanishing. Captured on camera, the footage leaves viewers divided. Was it real, or just another ocean illusion? In a river in Thailand, footage claims to show a real dragon gliding beneath the surface. Its long, shadowy body moves mysteriously, sparking debate. Was it an unknown animal, or just a trick of light and imagination? In the dead of night, a mysterious animal is caught on camera, its eyes sparkling brightly in the darkness. It stands still for a moment, staring directly ahead, before slowly moving into the shadows. The eerie glow leaves viewers unsettled, wondering what kind of creature could be watching from the night. Deep in a forest, footage captures what some claim is a white Bigfoot moving between trees. Its pale figure stands out against the darkness. Is it real, or just another mysterious illusion caught on camera? A man traveling through a dense forest on his bike suddenly encounters an unknown creature crossing his path. Its movements are strange and unsettling, leaving him startled and questioning what he just saw in the shadows. In Xi'an, witnesses report spotting what looks like a flying dragon, resembling Shenlong or Rayquaza, soaring through the clouds. The breathtaking sight has sparked debate. Is this real or an incredible optical illusion in the sky? In Shenyang, a video claims Pleiadians are destroying lab-created viruses. Supporters believe it's real, while skeptics call it misinformation. The footage has sparked intense debate, raising questions about truth, belief, and how easily extraordinary claims spread online. That's all for today's incredible sightings. Which mythical creature shocked you the most? Comment below, hit like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping footage of the unknown. Stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries. Fishermen are stunned as real mermaids appear, revealing the ocean's hidden secrets. Terrifying mermaid caught surfing, fishermen can't explain this mysterious sighting. Mermaid fights to save her baby from fishermen who fiercely showed their power at sea. You are going to see unbelievable and mysterious sight unfolds in the upcoming ones. What you're about to see is truly shocking. A mermaid and a black dragon caught on camera, doing something no one could have imagined. This footage comes from a remote coastal area where local fishermen claim strange sightings have been happening for years. The video shows a mermaid interacting closely with a massive black dragon, moving together in the water with an unusual sense of coordination, as if there's some understanding between them. Observers are baffled. Is this some kind of unlikely friendship or a dangerous encounter we don't fully understand? The mermaid seems surprisingly calm, while the dragon exudes a powerful, almost mystical presence. Some analysts suggest it could be territorial behavior, while others think it may hint at something far stranger, an intelligence in the ocean that humans are only beginning to glimpse. This footage raises more questions than answers. Are these creatures aware of the camera, or is this an accidental capture of their hidden world? Either way, the video challenges everything we thought we knew about ocean life. Could there really be connections between mythical beings like mermaids and dragons? One thing is certain. This sighting will leave you questioning what's truly out there beneath the waves. What you're about to witness is a chilling encounter captured on camera. A dog being pulled into the ocean by an unknown creature. The footage comes from a quiet beach, where locals often walk their pets, never expecting the events that unfold here. At first, everything seems normal. The dog plays near the waves, enjoying the water, but suddenly something unseen grabs hold, pulling the dog under with surprising force. The owner struggles, shouting and reaching out, but whatever is in the water is stronger, dragging the dog further into the surf. The video leaves viewers questioning what could have that kind of strength beneath the waves. Some speculate it might be a giant sea creature, perhaps a shark, or even something more mysterious, an entity no one has documented before. Experts and enthusiasts are divided. Some say the footage could be a rare glimpse of nature's hidden predators, while others warn about the possibility of deep-sea creatures interacting with coastal areas in ways humans rarely see. Whatever it was, this encounter reminds us that the ocean remains one of the planet's most dangerous and unexplored frontiers. The footage is haunting, and a stark warning to anyone near the water. What you're about to see is absolutely unbelievable. A giant mermaid struggling on a ship, caught in a tense confrontation with fishermen. The footage begins with the massive creature clinging to the deck, thrashing wildly as it tries to resist. Its size alone is astonishing, dwarfing the men who are desperately trying to control it. The mermaid seems determined, not just fighting for freedom, but also protecting something, possibly a baby hidden nearby. The fishermen, however, are using all their strength and tools to assert control, creating a dramatic clash between human power and mythical force. Every movement is intense, splashes, shouting, and the sounds of struggle fill the deck, making it impossible to look away. Experts watching the footage are divided. Is this a desperate mother defending her young, or is it something more dangerous? Either way, this rare encounter challenges what we think we know about the ocean's hidden mysteries. The mermaid's struggle is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. What you're about to witness is a rare and shocking capture, a giant seahorse caught by fishermen in the deep ocean. The footage begins with the crew hauling in their nets, expecting the usual catch, when suddenly something enormous and completely unexpected appears. Towering above the normal size of any known seahorse, this creature struggles against the ropes, its scales shimmering in the sunlight as it thrashes in the water. The fishermen are stunned, unsure how to handle such a massive and delicate creature. Cameras capture every detail, from its powerful tail to its enormous head, making it clear that this is not an ordinary sea animal. Scientists and enthusiasts are calling it a potential discovery, sparking debates about deep-sea life we've never seen before. As the giant seahorse fights against captivity, viewers can't help but feel a mix of awe and concern. Could this be a glimpse into a hidden world beneath the waves? Either way, this encounter is unforgettable. What you're about to see is a chilling encounter that fishermen were never meant to witness. A mermaid caught struggling to escape, yet they refuse to let her go. The footage begins with the creature thrashing against ropes and nets, her tail whipping violently as she fights for freedom. Her cries echo across the deck, a haunting mix of desperation and defiance. The fishermen hold their ground, some stunned by the sheer size and beauty of the mermaid, others determined to assert control over this impossible catch. Every movement is tense, water splashes, ropes strain, and the creature's struggle becomes more frantic by the second. Experts watching the footage are divided. Some call it a tragic display of human greed, while others are fascinated by the rare glimpse into a mythical being's world. This shocking encounter raises questions about what really lives in the depths of our oceans. For the mermaid, every second is a battle for survival. What you're about to witness is a rare and terrifying deep-sea encounter. A mermaid caught by a diver, trapped in a cage, and looking more dangerous than anyone could imagine. The footage begins in the eerie depths of the ocean, where sunlight barely reaches, revealing the mermaid's glowing eyes and sharp features as she thrashes violently inside her cage. The diver films every moment, capturing the creature's immense strength and unmistakable intelligence. Her tail lashes against the bars, sending shockwaves through the water, while her gaze seems almost aware, as if studying the human intruder. Experts watching the footage are both amazed and alarmed. This isn't the gentle creature from folklore, it's powerful, unpredictable, and clearly not to be underestimated. This encounter forces us to rethink what lurks in the ocean's deepest corners. With the mermaid confined, viewers can't help but feel both awe and fear, witnessing firsthand a mythical being that might be far more dangerous than we ever imagined. What you're about to see is a chilling and mysterious encounter, a completely unknown creature caught on camera, tangled in a ship's net. The footage comes from a deep-sea fishing vessel where the crew was hauling in a routine catch when something unexpected appeared. At first, it's hard to make out, hidden in the shadows of the net, but as the camera zooms in, the shape becomes more terrifying and bizarre, unlike anything seen before. The creature thrashes violently, its body contorting in ways that seem almost unnatural, sending water splashing across the deck. The fishermen shout and scramble, unsure whether it's dangerous, alive, or something far more mysterious. Some speculate it could be a rare deep-sea animal previously unknown to science, while others whisper about more mythical possibilities, imagining sea monsters or creatures thought to exist only in legends. The tension is palpable. Every second of struggle makes it clear that this isn't a normal catch. This encounter is a haunting reminder that the ocean still holds secrets beyond our imagination, and that sometimes what lies beneath can shock even the most experienced sailors. What you're about to see is a truly bizarre and captivating encounter. A mermaid trying to drag a dog into the ocean. The footage, captured on camera, shows a beautiful mermaid crawling out of the water, fiercely attempting to pull the dog back toward the sea. Her determination is unmistakable, and the dog's struggle adds tension to the already mysterious scene. Viewers have been both fascinated and concerned. Some question the authenticity of the footage, wondering if it's a clever hoax. Others are intrigued by the possibility that the ocean may hide creatures we barely understand, hinting at deeper, unexplored mysteries beneath the waves. The mermaid's unusual behavior sparks endless speculation. Does she have a connection to the dog, or is this a protective instinct for the ocean itself? Fortunately, the dog escaped unharmed, but the encounter has left a lasting impression. This viral incident has prompted countless people to share their own experiences with mythical sea creatures, fueling discussions about the boundaries between reality and legend. Could this be proof of real mermaids, or just a glimpse into the ocean's endless enigmas? The mystery continues. What else lurks beneath the surface? The ocean is full of mysteries, but few discoveries compare to the bizarre sea creature recently pulled from the depths by a fisherman. What started as a routine day at sea quickly turned into a moment of awe and disbelief. The fisherman, expecting a normal catch, instead hauled up a creature unlike anything seen before. Its unusual features, striking colors, and strange movements immediately captured attention, making it one of the most bizarre marine specimens ever recorded. Footage of the encounter quickly went viral, leaving viewers stunned and curious. Experts and enthusiasts alike have debated its origins. Some speculate it could be a rare deep-sea species, while others wonder if it's something even more extraordinary, a creature yet unknown to science. Its unique appearance raises questions about how much of the ocean remains unexplored and what other surprises lie beneath the surface. This astonishing discovery highlights the incredible diversity of life in our oceans and reminds us of the importance of marine conservation. As we continue to explore the deep, encounters like this fuel wonder and curiosity, proving that the ocean still holds secrets beyond our imagination. Have you ever seen something this unbelievable?
Go! Keep it coming! What the hell is that? Oh! Hey! Got it! Move it! Jesus! Move it!
The ocean's depths have always been one of Earth's greatest mysteries, but what happens when myth collides with reality? Recently, an astonishing incident unfolded in the deep sea. A mermaid was seen leaping gracefully into the water, and in the chaos, a man fell in after her. The footage captures the moment perfectly. The mermaid's sleek, shimmering form arcs through the air before hitting the water, while the man struggles to regain his balance, plunging into the abyss. The scene is both mesmerizing and terrifying. In the deep, sunlight barely penetrates, and the pressure is crushing, making every movement a fight for survival. Strange bioluminescent creatures illuminate the surroundings, giving the moment an almost otherworldly glow. The mermaid's power and agility are clear, and the man's unexpected fall highlights just how unpredictable the ocean can be. Scientists remind us that over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, leaving room for encounters we can scarcely imagine. This incident is a dramatic reminder that beneath the waves lies a world alive with mystery, danger, and wonders that challenge everything we think we know about our planet. Shocking footage has emerged from the coast, showing a mermaid spotted near a crowd, and she looks more like a ghost than a mythical sea creature. People on the shore were stunned when this ethereal figure appeared, her pale, shimmering body barely reflecting the sunlight as she moved through the water. Cameras captured every detail, her long, flowing hair drifting like smoke, her tail gliding silently beneath the waves, and an eerie glow surrounding her, giving her a supernatural presence. Witnesses described the scene as both beautiful and terrifying. Some screamed in fear, while others couldn't look away, mesmerized by the mysterious figure. Scientists and skeptics are debating what it could be: an elaborate hoax, an unknown deep-sea creature, or, as some claim, evidence that mermaids are real. The footage also raises questions about why she appeared so close to humans and what her intentions might have been. Whether a trick of the light or a genuine encounter with the unknown, this sighting reminds us that the ocean is full of surprises. Could there be more mermaids lurking just out of sight? One thing is certain: this discovery is unforgettable. What you're about to see is a breathtaking and mysterious sight. A real mermaid, swinging alone, captured on camera in a moment of serene beauty. The footage shows her gracefully moving through the air, her shimmering tail catching the sunlight as she swings back and forth, completely alone, yet captivating everyone who watches. There's an elegance to her movements, a rhythm that seems almost otherworldly, as if she belongs to a world entirely separate from ours. Viewers have been mesmerized, with many commenting on the calm yet powerful presence she exudes. Some call it proof of mythical beings living among us, while others argue it could be an extraordinary deep-sea creature adapting to human observation. Whatever the truth, the video sparks wonder and curiosity, reminding us that the oceans hold secrets far beyond our imagination. Watching her swing alone, it's impossible not to feel awe, as this rare glimpse of a real mermaid bridges the gap between legend and reality.
Look at the size of this thing! Holy! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah, God!
What you're about to witness is a shocking and bizarre encounter. A sewer mermaid caught by a man, only to slip from his hands in an instant. The footage begins in the dim, murky tunnels of the sewer, where the man spots a strange, glimmering figure lurking in the water. Acting quickly, he grabs the creature, but the mermaid's slippery, agile body proves too strong to hold. In a sudden twist, she wriggles free and disappears back into the dark waters, leaving the man stunned and viewers on edge. The footage has sparked debates online, with some calling it a hoax, while others are convinced it's proof of unknown creatures living beneath our cities. The mermaid's pale, shimmering body and striking features add to the eerie mystery, making it clear this is not an ordinary animal. This fleeting encounter is a haunting reminder that some secrets of our world remain hidden, and sometimes they slip away before we can fully grasp them. Shocking footage has emerged from a coastal hospital. A mermaid was found dead near the shore and is now being carried away by hospital staff on a stretcher. The video shows the creature's pale, shimmering body, her distinctive tail, and humanoid features, leaving viewers questioning everything they thought about mythical beings. Crowds gathered nearby, some in disbelief, others in awe, as the staff carefully transported her inside. Witnesses are stunned, debating whether this is real or some elaborate hoax. Scientists and enthusiasts are weighing in, discussing the possibility of undiscovered sea creatures and the rare encounters humans have with them. The image of a mermaid on a stretcher evokes strong emotions, blending fear, sadness, and fascination. Whether you believe in mermaids or not, this footage forces a question. Could creatures of legend truly exist among us? For now, the mysterious death of this mermaid near the shore remains unexplained, sparking intense curiosity and debate worldwide. What you're about to see is footage that has shocked the world. A real mermaid caught by Alaskan crabbers in their net, an encounter that allegedly cost them their lives. The fishermen, hauling in their daily catch in the icy waters, were unprepared for what emerged from the deep. Amid the crabs and nets, a shimmering humanoid figure appeared, struggling against the ropes. Its tail, glistening and massive, sent waves of water splashing across the deck, while its piercing eyes seemed to study the humans with intelligence beyond anything known in the ocean. Eyewitnesses describe a terrifying scene. The creature's power was overwhelming, thrashing violently and pulling at the net with incredible force. Some claim that after the initial struggle, tragedy struck. Details remain unclear, but the encounter ended with lives lost and a haunting reminder of the dangers hidden beneath the surface. The footage has ignited fierce debate online. Skeptics question its authenticity, while believers argue this is undeniable proof of mermaids existing in the deep oceans. One thing is certain, these icy Alaskan waters may hold secrets that humans are not meant to disturb. This incredible story begins with a man who discovered a baby mermaid washed ashore near his home. Feeling compassion, he took the tiny creature in, raising her in secret for 10 years. Over that decade, the mermaid grew strong, learning to adapt to life on land while maintaining her mystical, aquatic traits. She became part of his family, and the man believed he had done the right thing, protecting her from the dangers of the outside world. But the ocean has a way of claiming what belongs to it. 10 years later, her furious mother appeared, surfacing from the deep with an unstoppable presence. The footage shows a massive, powerful mermaid breaking through the waves, her eyes fixed on the man and the child she had left behind. The reunion was tense, emotional, and terrifying, as the mother's wrath clashed with the man's attachment to the young mermaid. This story raises difficult questions about morality, family, and the boundaries between humans and mythical creatures. How far would you go to protect a being from its natural world, and what consequences might follow when nature comes calling? What you just witnessed may be one of the rarest mermaid sightings ever. The ocean still hides countless mysteries, and who knows what else lurks beneath the waves, waiting to be discovered, captured, or maybe even avoided.
¿Qué fue eso? No manches, está enorme.
A hiker went missing in the Appalachian Mountains for 6 days. No trace, no signal.
Puede ser. ¿Ves el tamaño de eso?
When he came back, he only said one thing: watch the footage. So we did, and we wish we hadn't. Deep in a rocky, abandoned landscape, someone filmed what can only be described as terrifying. Emerging slowly from the darkness of a cave opening stands a figure that is clearly not normal. It's massive, muscular, and moves like something that has never been touched by civilization. The face looks almost human, but not quite. The sheer size of this thing compared to the surroundings is what gets you. No costume, no camera tricks that anyone could explain. Whatever crawled out of that cave that day, it did not look friendly, and it was holding a rock. This is the footage the hiker leaked after returning from the Appalachian Mountains, and this single clip explains why he came back looking completely different. Deep inside a cave he had wandered into, he found a man, shirtless, screaming, completely cocooned in thick, rope-like spider webbing from ceiling to floor, and clinging directly to his chest was a spider the size of a large dog, legs wrapped around him, feeding. The cave walls had more webbing, more shapes wrapped inside them. The hiker ran without looking back. Whatever built that web inside those mountains, it had been busy for a very long time. The Brazilian army recently released footage that they had kept hidden for months, and now the internet cannot stop talking about it. Filmed from a military helicopter flying over the dense Amazon rainforest, the clip shows something standing tall above the tree line. It has long, dark, matted hair covering most of its body, an almost human face, and enormous clawed hands hanging at its sides. The sheer scale of it dwarfs the trees beneath. Nobody ordered the helicopter to land. Nobody went closer. And honestly, can you blame them?
¿Qué fue eso? No manches, está enorme.
Somewhere near the frozen lakes of Alaska, a local fisherman was recording the quiet winter scenery when something completely impossible burst into frame. Rising from the snowy shoreline, this enormous winged creature launches itself into the air with massive, membrane-stretched wings that look almost translucent against the gray sky. Its entire body matches the snow perfectly, icy blue and white, almost like it was built from the winter itself. No roar was heard on the recording. No warning. It simply appeared, took flight, and vanished beyond the tree line. Some legends say these mountains have always had a guardian. Maybe they were right.
Dios, ¿qué puede ser? ¿Ves el tamaño de eso?
A farmer in the Andes Mountains was casually recording his goat wandering near some cliffs when everything changed. From the darkness of a cave behind the goat, something enormous slowly emerged. Covered head to toe in thick gray fur, standing nearly 3 times the height of the animal beside it, mouth wide open mid-roar. The goat froze. The person filming froze. Then, in seconds, this massive creature charged down that steep, rocky cliff at a speed that made absolutely no sense for something that size. The goat ran. The camera cut off. Nobody knows what happened to that little goat.
¿Qué están haciendo allá abajo?
A group of hikers recording scenery from a cliff in rural Montana suddenly noticed something strange in the open field below. Several dark-robed figures, enormous in size, were gathered in a tight circle around a blazing orange flame, arms raised, chanting something that echoed all the way up the ridge. Then, one of them looked up directly at the camera. Within seconds, the entire group turned and started charging toward the cliff at unnatural speed. Before the hikers could even run, these creatures launched into the air, flew straight up, and took every single one of them. The camera was found, the hikers were not. A hiker at the summit of a Nevada mountain peak was simply enjoying the view and recording the valley below when something cut through the sky that stopped everything. Far in the distance, but still unmistakably massive, a deep crimson-red creature glided effortlessly between the mountain ranges. Spiked along its entire spine, wings stretched wide, moving with a kind of slow confidence that only something at the very top of the food chain carries. The hiker kept recording with a shaking hand, completely silent, not a single word. Because honestly, what do you even say when dragons turn out to be real? This trail has been closed since this video leaked. No official reason given. You've seen what he recorded. You decide what's really out there.
There are stretches of coastline in this country so remote that whatever washes ashore on them is seen by exactly one person before the tide decides to take it back. The photograph was posted on December 28, 2024 by an account called Strange Eye. No location beyond a river beach somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. No explanation. The man standing beside it is believed to be Mark Ellison, 44 years old, a property surveyor from Portland, Oregon. He had driven out alone that morning to document erosion patterns along a stretch of riverbank after an unusually violent high tide the night before. He told followers in a comment that he heard nothing, smelled nothing. He simply turned a bend in the shoreline, and it was there, sitting upright in the wet sand like it had been placed. Mark said he initially thought giant jellyfish, then decomposing stingray. Then he got closer, and both of those explanations quietly dissolved. Now look at it beside him. Mark is not a small man, and this thing, sitting partially collapsed on the sand, still reaches his chest. Fully extended, witnesses who were later contacted estimated it at nearly 8 feet from skull to tail tip. The head is what stops you. Smooth, domed, hairless, with a skull structure that carries proportions no marine animal on record shares. 2 deep black eye sockets with no visible pupils. A vertical slit where a mouth should be. No teeth exposed, no jaw definition. Just that hollow, upward-facing stare that looks less like a dead animal and more like an empty mask. The spine presses visibly up through the skin along the central body like something architectural rather than biological. And from the waist down, 2 lower appendages stretch out and split apart into what looks like a warped, serrated tail fin, surrounded by a translucent membrane that has the look of unfinished embryonic tissue. Skin that was never quite completed, the strangest detail. No flies, no decay smell despite the heat, no birds circling. Whatever biological process normally announces death had simply not begun. After the image went viral, the internet divided into 2 hard camps. One insisted it was an AI-generated biomodel deliberately released to test public reaction to the idea of unknown species. The other pointed to deep-sea biology, arguing that creatures from pressurized depths deform catastrophically when they surface, and that something from far enough down could look like nothing we have ever cataloged. I at least skipped over the same detail. That skull, that specific dome, that vertical mouth, Haida oral tradition along the Pacific Northwest coast carries accounts of a deep water being they called the hollow-faced wanderer, a creature that lived below the light line of the ocean and surfaced only when the water above it was disturbed by something significant. Their accounts described it as pale, wing-like, with eyes that had already stopped seeing long before it died. Mark said in a follow-up post that he stood there for nearly 20 minutes before he could bring himself to touch it. He said it was not the appearance that held him. It was the feeling that whatever this was had not washed ashore by accident. It had arrived. There are crew members on that river to this day who will not talk about what they saw on that bank, and the ones who will all describe the exact same thing. The Colorado River Expedition is a licensed whitewater rafting company that runs guided trips down the upper Colorado through some of the most remote stretches of canyon wilderness in the country. On a Thursday afternoon in late July 2023, lead guide Derek Souza, 34, pulled his crew of 8 ashore on a flat red bank for a rest stop. Standard procedure. 15 minutes, stretch your legs, drink some water. Derek said he noticed the tree line first. A dense wall of pine about 500 yards up the bank, sitting completely still in air that had no wind. Then one section of it moved. Not the gentle sway of branches settling. A violent, deliberate parting, like something large was pushing through from the other side with no interest in being quiet about it. Derek told his crew to stay by the rafts. Then it stepped out. The height is what hits you first. This thing clears the surrounding pine saplings by a full body length. We are looking at something between 8 and 10 feet tall, upright, moving on 2 legs with a heavy rolling gait that makes the ground look like it should be shaking under each step. The entire body is covered in thick reddish-brown hair, matted and dense across the chest and shoulders, longer and darker down the arms. The arms themselves hang almost to the knee. The hands are enormous, fingers thick and defined, swinging with each stride. The face. Even at 500 yards, the camera catches enough. A broad, flat brow, deep-set eyes beneath it. A jaw that is wide and heavy and set with an expression that reads as neither curious nor afraid. It walked the tree line for nearly 40 seconds, glancing toward the river once, then disappeared back into the pines without any urgency whatsoever. Like it had simply come out to look. Like it already knew exactly what was on that bank and had decided this time to let them leave. Derek filed an incident report with the National Park Service the same evening. He received a standard acknowledgement email and nothing else. No ranger follow-up, no wildlife investigation, no official curiosity about a 10-foot bipedal creature walking the banks of one of the most visited rivers in the American West. Was this the same Bigfoot documented in over 10,000 reported sightings across North America dating back centuries? A creature that every indigenous nation along this river system has a name for, long before settlers ever arrived, or something the Forest Service knows about and has quietly decided the public does not need to be told. Because Derek said when it looked toward the river, it did not look like something discovering humans for the first time. It looked like something checking in on them. Pull out their phone to film something small and ordinary and end up capturing something they cannot explain for the rest of their life. That is exactly what happened to Ryan Carver, 29 years old, an amateur wildlife photographer from Flagstaff, Arizona. He had hiked that specific canyon stretch at least a dozen times before. He knew the terrain. He knew the wildlife. He thought he knew what lived there. It was a Tuesday morning in late September 2024 when he posted the clip with almost no caption. And within 48 hours, 3 million people had watched it. He was alone between the red sandstone walls where the trails stop and the silence gets heavy. Movement between the boulders caught his eye, and he assumed lizard. You would too. He almost kept walking, but something made him stop. The movement had weight behind it, too deliberate for something small. So he zoomed in. What came into frame was copper brown, almost perfectly matched to the rock it sat on. The scales were not the flat shimmer of a normal lizard. They were thick, layered. The body was muscular in a way that felt wrong for this region. Dog-sized is how Ryan described it. Watching the footage, I think that might be underselling it. Then there was the dorsal ridge, long defined spines running neck to tail. Nothing cataloged in the American Southwest has a structure like that. And above the eye line, 2 horn nubs. Not decorative, structural. Here is what unsettled me most. It was not scared of him. It was watching him. There is a difference, and this animal knew it. Then it leaped. Dust kicked up, and in that half second of airtime, the footage catches something I have rewatched 30 times. Flaps, under both arms. Skin membranes fanning open mid-jump and folding back clean on landing. The only creature built like that on this planet is the Draco volans, native exclusively to Southeast Asian rainforests. Not Arizona, not anywhere close. It turned and looked directly into the camera, calm, unhurried, then dropped into a crack between 2 rocks that nothing that size should fit through. Gone. Ryan told followers in the comments he stood there for several minutes, unable to move. He said it did not feel like fear. It felt like the ground had quietly shifted under everything he thought he knew about that canyon. He has not hiked that trail since. Honestly, that detail is what keeps me up at night.
Bro, that's not a lizard.
the Grand Canyon, it seems, is not done with us yet. If you scroll past this footage the first time, you will probably think CGI. Old tape grain, suspicious timestamp, obvious AI. But wait, listen to the full story behind it. The clip was posted by an account called Redacted Dept, tagged Grand Canyon Sundance. No explanation, no caption beyond 5 words. Dogmen Tribe of the Grand Canyon. The timestamp burned into the upper corner reads May 10th, 1993, 5:42 p.m. Now here is where it gets interesting. A retired park archaeologist named Thomas Reed spent nearly a decade documenting indigenous rock art along the canyon's north rim before his contract was quietly terminated in 2001. In a 2009 interview with a small Utah heritage journal, Reed described a specific petroglyph panel he had found deep in an unmapped side canyon. 3 creatures, standing upright on 2 legs at the edge of the canyon rim. And that detail alone should stop you cold, because nothing in the documented wildlife of the American Southwest does that. Not at that size, not with that posture. The heads are the first thing. Long, elongated snouts, heavy brow line. The skull shape is canine, but the body underneath it is not. The shoulders are wide and set high. The torso is thick. These things are built like something that has been carrying weight its entire life. And they are not just standing there. They are digging, actively working the gravel around what lies in front of them. And what lies in front of them is what made my stomach drop the first time I saw this. A bone. A single bone so large it stretches nearly out of frame. The joint at the base is the size of a boulder. Whatever this came from was not a deer, was not an elk, was not anything in the catalog of North American megafauna that we currently acknowledge. The creatures dig around it methodically, not frantically, not the way a hungry animal tears at a carcass, deliberately, like they are excavating something that belongs to them. And sometimes what makes footage like this haunting is not what you see moving in the frame. It is what you realize has been living there all along. Men are not the oldest thing that has been seen in that canyon. This clip started circulating in early 2024 with almost no origin information attached. No name, no location tag beyond the unmistakable layered red rock of the Grand Canyon walls stretching out behind it. Just 2 side-by-side images and a single question in the caption. Whose hand is this? And I want you to actually look at it before I say anything else. Because your brain is going to try to scale it down. It is going to try to tell you it is a normal hand at a weird angle, a prop, a sculpture, because that is not a hand resting on a rock ledge. Those canyon walls behind it, the ones that stretch hundreds of feet down into the gorge, the ones that took millions of years of erosion to carve out. Those walls are coming up to its knuckles. The fingers alone are the size of mature pine trees. The palm is wider than a hillside. This is not something that stands on the canyon floor and reaches up. This is something so large that the entire Grand Canyon, one of the biggest geological formations on the surface of this earth, sits comfortably beneath its grip. The skin is what silenced me. Deeply lined, ancient, weathered the way stone weathers, not the way flesh does. The veins running across the back of the hand are raised like ridges on a topographic map. The fingernails are worn flat and dark, like something that has been dragging itself across mountain ranges. Now, here is what history buried. In 1909, the Arizona Gazette ran a front-page story on a Smithsonian expedition that claimed to have found enormous tunnels carved into the canyon walls. Inside were oversized chambers, massive stone tools, and skeletal remains of beings estimated at over 12 feet tall. The Smithsonian denied it completely. The records disappeared. The explorers were never named again. That was 1909. And now someone is standing at the rim of that same canyon, looking up at a hand so large it makes the canyon walls look like pebbles beneath its fingers. Just when you thought the desert had shown you everything it was hiding, this surfaces. And this one is different, because whatever this is, it is not running from anything. The man behind this footage is believed to be Marcus Hale, 51 years old, a retired field geologist from Montana who had spent nearly 6 years tracking a pattern of oversized footprints across remote highland terrain in Central Asia. Not bear prints, not any identifiable animal, bipedal. Each print nearly 3 times the length of a human foot, with a stride gap suggesting something walking upright at an extraordinary height. Marcus had been quietly documenting them since 2018, crossing ridgelines most people never reach, following a trail that kept leading back to the same mountain range. On the morning he shot this footage, he had been awake for 31 hours, and what walked out of that cave made every single sleepless hour feel worth it. The figure clears the cave entrance by a full head, and that entrance sits well above a normal door frame, 11, maybe 13 feet tall, moving on 2 legs with a slow, completely unbothered stride. Not stumbling, not lost, walking like it owns every inch of that hillside. The body is painfully thin, ribcage pressing through pale stretched skin, arms hanging too low, fingers nearly reaching the knee. The head slightly oversized for the neck holding it, heavy brow, deep-set eyes, human enough to recognize, wrong enough to make your stomach turn, and then look inside the cave behind it. A lit torch, planted in the ground, casting deep orange light into the tunnel. Something down there maintains fire. Marcus filed a formal report with 2 government agencies within a week of returning. He attached the footage, the footprint measurements, the coordinates. 3 weeks later, his wife told journalists he had stopped returning calls. He has not been heard from since. So was this a prehistoric species that somehow survived in those mountains undocumented? A missing link that every institution quietly agrees to ignore? Or did Marcus find something that certain people decided the rest of us should never know about? And why does a creature that has never encountered humans walk out into open daylight without a single trace of fear? Marcus found in those mountains, what these 6 college students stumbled onto makes you wonder if the same thing is nesting on every forgotten peak on this planet. It was a weekend trek. 6 friends, all students at Arizona State University, led by 22-year-old Priya Nair, a biology major who had organized the hike as a birthday trip for her roommate. They had been climbing for 4 hours through a remote canyon ridge when they spotted the cave. High up, carved into the cliff face. The kind of opening that does not appear on any trail map because no trail was ever built to reach it. They almost kept walking. Then something moved in the dark at the back of that entrance. It stepped forward slowly, and what came into the light stopped every single one of them mid-breath. The body was the size of a horse, easily. Brown and rust-colored feathers covering a deep barrel chest. 4 legs planted wide on the rock like load-bearing pillars, taloned feet gripping the stone with a precision that suggested it had stood on that ledge 10,000 times before. The wings spread as it moved forward, and the span of them nearly touched both sides of the cave mouth. The head was pure raptor, sharp-hooked beak, white-faced, with eyes that caught the light like polished amber and locked directly onto them without a single blink. It was not startled. It was not confused. It was guarding. And then Priya noticed something beneath it, tucked between its front legs, a smaller creature half hidden in shadow, limbs that did not move like any animal she had studied, a shape that had no clean category. She told a university forum later that looking at it directly felt wrong in a way she could not put into words. The bird creature spread its wings wider, a single slow motion that needed no translation. They ran. The following morning, Priya contacted the university's zoology department and campus security. 2 days later, she returned with 4 faculty members, 2 park rangers, and a wildlife researcher. The cave was empty. No feathers, no prints, no markings on the rock, no evidence that anything had ever stood in that entrance, nothing except a single deep scratch in the stone floor of the cave that the wildlife researcher measured at nearly 4 feet across, made by something with very large claws. So what was it? A griffin, the winged lion of ancient mythology described in texts from Greece, Persia, and Mesopotamia dating back 4,000 years. Could those ancient accounts not be legend, but documentation? A prehistoric apex predator that somehow survived in isolated mountain terrain, unknown to modern science? Or something else entirely, something that does not fit any category we currently allow ourselves to consider? And what was that smaller creature sheltering beneath it? Because Priya said when it looked back at her, it did not have the eyes of something young or helpless. It had the eyes of something that had been waiting to be found. And every creature...
What you are about to watch should not exist on the internet. These 10 TikTok videos were filmed by everyday people. accidentally captured something the rest of the world was never supposed to see. Here's what nobody is talking about. When asked directly about Candace Owens and the conspiracy surrounding Charlie Kirk's death, Erica Kirk gave a one-word answer. Stop. That's it.
Podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
No tears, no anger, no defense of her husband's legacy, just a single flat word delivered with zero emotion, almost like a default response when the system doesn't have an answer loaded. Now, researchers into Monarch programming call this a trigger blank. It's when the programming hits a wall it wasn't prepared for, and the subject simply shuts down. One word. From a grieving widow whose husband was assassinated. Does that sit right with you? This is ESPN reporter Rachel Nichols. 25 years in broadcasting. Composed, polished, never missing a beat on live television. Until she did.
How do we view that now in totality?
She lost him. I just shouted back.
I'm afraid we lost Rachel. We've lost Rachel Nichols. All right, come back.
I'm here. I'm here.
You can hear me?
I'm back to you, Scott. I'm back.
Can you hear me, Rachel?
I can.
Okay, Rachel, last time.
It's like television.
Okay.
And what came out of her mouth when she snapped back has behavioral scientists genuinely concerned. Because no normally functioning human being, under any amount of stress, instinctively describes themselves as a television device. That's not a slip of the tongue. That's a signal. Some researchers are now saying this is consistent with dissociative programming, where the subject briefly loses access to their constructed personality. Others are going further, suggesting someone else was briefly broadcasting through her entirely. And honestly, after watching it back 3 times, we're not arguing with either theory.
I think I'm ever gonna be able to stop this shit.
He thought he got a great deal on the apartment. 1950s building, cheap rent, good location. Nobody told him why it was cheap. Every single night, exactly at 3 a.m., something inside his closet starts banging. Not tapping, not scratching, full-fisted pounding, like something desperately trying to get out. He opens it every time. Empty. Always empty. But here's the detail that broke the internet when he posted this.
Stop this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that.
The previous tenant left one note taped inside that closet. It said simply,
Here we go with this shit again. We're just gonna wait and see how long it goes.
"Don't open it after dark." He found that note on week 3.
I just got this really cute umbrella from the dollar store and I wanted to show you because
She was alone in a parking lot near the Blackwood Forest in rural Tennessee. Midnight, dead quiet, just posting a TikTok showing off a new umbrella she'd bought. Harmless. The second it opened, a scream ripped through the darkness from deep inside the woods. Not an animal, not wind, a girl, screaming. She dropped everything and ran without a single look back. What makes this truly disturbing is what she said in her follow-up video. The scream called her name. She hasn't been outside after sunset since. Not once, not ever again. When investigators raided Jeffrey Epstein's private residence, they recovered thousands of hours of footage. Most of it was immediately sealed, but one clip leaked. Epstein himself is on camera, and standing motionless in the doorway directly behind him is something that has no business being in any home. Enormous, bulbous head. Tall, humanoid, but barely. Those who've studied the footage claim to see oversized dark eyes just visible in the shadow. Demonologists have since noted an unsettling parallel. In 1980, a convicted predator in rural Belgium claimed to have summoned a similar entity through ritualistic practice. The coordinates of his estate matched Epstein's island exactly. Every clip you just watched was real, posted by real people in real time, with zero idea what they had actually caught on camera. And here's what keeps us up at night. These are only the ones that survived long enough to be saved. How many others were deleted before anyone could see them?
Mysteriously, when flying people record some figures outside the airplane window, a 3-armed man clings to a plane wing mid-flight. An angel-like figure was spotted soaring beside a plane mid-flight.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that?
At 30,000 feet, everything feels normal until it doesn't. On August 26, 2025, a passenger on flight AF901 pointed a phone at the sky and captured something no one can explain. A mysterious object hovering beside the plane.
Come on, cuz.
Sir?
Go up to the front.
Sir.
Go outside. Come on.
Hold on, let me
What is
go.
it, the big guy?
Hey.
Okay. Come on. Watch
No,
out.
we're not gonna have that fight.
What started as a routine flight quickly turned into mid-air chaos. Passengers were settling in, expecting a calm journey, when one man suddenly began causing a ruckus, shouting and disrupting everyone around him. Tension filled the cabin as flight attendants tried to de-escalate the situation, but he refused to back down. That's when another passenger, a towering, calm, but clearly capable big man on board, decided enough was enough. In a matter of seconds, the disruptive traveler was restrained in a firm chokehold, stunned by how fast the situation flipped. Gasps echoed through the plane as phones came out and the dramatic moment was caught on camera. The once loud passenger immediately seemed to regret his actions, going from aggressive to helpless in seconds. What led to the outburst, and was this mid-air takedown justified? A man was casually recording an argument between two passengers while flying home from Japan, thinking it was just typical travel drama. But when he watched the footage later, he noticed something in the background that made his blood run cold. Something creepy, unsettling, and far more terrifying than the argument itself.
Black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy. You're joking. Oh my god. We're not doing all that. We're not doing Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Stay there.
Don't
Let me
touch
show.
people.
Touch her.
No.
Don't touch her.
Don't touch
No, this
touch
is
her.
where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her.
Shut the fuck up. Don't fucking touch me.
Miss, step back.
What was supposed to be a routine flight from NYC to KC turned into a mid-air nightmare no one on board will forget. Witnesses say a disruptive passenger began targeting another woman seated nearby, hurling cruel insults and fat-shaming her without warning. The situation escalated quickly as the aggressor allegedly started spitting and even physically assaulting the woman, leaving surrounding passengers shocked and flight attendants scrambling to intervene. Despite repeated warnings, the chaos didn't stop. Crew members, with the help of a few brave passengers, were ultimately forced to restrain and tie the unruly traveler to prevent further harm. Phones came out as the disturbing scene unfolded, capturing the tense moments as the cabin tried to regain control. By the time the plane continued its journey to Kansas City, the atmosphere had completely shifted from calm to shaken. How did things spiral so fast, and what consequences will follow after this alarming mid-air meltdown?
You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is that, Lonnie?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude who's never gonna lay it again. Okay, I'm sorry, black guy.
Passengers were left screaming when a strange object suddenly appeared outside the plane window. What looked like a real UFO hovered in the sky, moving in ways no one could explain. Phones came out instantly, capturing the chilling moment as disbelief and fear spread through the cabin. In a shocking moment that stunned both aviation enthusiasts and everyday passengers, footage shows a plane engine bursting into flames mid-flight after reportedly striking a bird. Titled "Nightmare in the Sky," the terrifying clip reveals just how quickly danger can unfold at cruising altitude, leaving viewers breathless.
Oh my god, there's someone on the wing. No way, this can't be real.
A passenger taking a simple selfie from a window seat thought it would be just another travel photo. But when they looked closer, they spotted something chilling. A mysterious figure standing on the plane's wing, draped in a long black coat, mid-flight. Passenger gazing out of a plane window decided to start recording after noticing something unusual in the distance. What they captured has left viewers stunned. 5 or 6 glowing orbs hovering outside the aircraft mid-flight. The mysterious lights appeared to move in formation, shifting position smoothly against the dark sky, far too controlled to be random reflections. Other passengers nearby reportedly leaned over to watch, unsure of what they were seeing. The short clip quickly sparked debate online, with some calling it an advanced aircraft, and others convinced it was something far more unexplained. So, what were those strange orbs? While recording out of the plane window during a routine flight, a passenger noticed something strange cutting through the clouds. Floating in the distance was a long, cigar-shaped object moving steadily across the sky. The unexplained sighting quickly sparked debate, leaving viewers questioning what was truly captured on camera.
What is that? Carrie, what is that?
I have no idea. Don't move me. Don't move me.
Ladies and gentlemen, compliance with the European Union security requirements for hand carriage includes a reminder attracting customers when coming into the flight. Customers traveling from outside the European Union and non-European airlines on.
A passenger filming from inside a plane captured a strange object moving outside the window at cruising altitude. The shape and motion didn't resemble another aircraft, leaving many to wonder. Was it a UFO or just a reflection drone or distant plane caught at a strange angle? A routine flight turned into a moment of pure mystery when a passenger pointed their camera out the plane window and captured something unexplainable. Hovering in the distance was a strange object that didn't look like any normal aircraft. It moved smoothly across the sky, almost silently, keeping pace before suddenly shifting direction. Other passengers nearby reportedly leaned in, trying to make sense of what they were seeing. Was it a trick of the light, a distant drone, or something far more mysterious? The footage has since sparked intense debate online, leaving viewers divided and asking the same question: what was really flying alongside that plane? In a terrifying mid-air accident, a skydiver clinging to the aircraft's roller door suddenly had his reserve parachute handle snagged on the wing flap, triggering an early deployment. Within seconds, he was violently dragged backwards, his legs slamming into the plane's left horizontal stabilizer and causing visible damage. As chaos unfolded, 13 other skydivers quickly exited to avoid further danger, while 2 remained on board, watching in horror as the trapped jumper desperately cut himself free with a knife. Despite being tangled in reserve lines and canopy fabric, his main parachute successfully deployed. Remarkably, he landed safely with only minor leg injuries. The group had been preparing for a 16-way formation jump from 4,500 meters, with 17 parachutists on board, including a camera operator set to film the dive.
Little grandma from the train.
Get me the fuck off this goddamn fucking plane!
Charlie, get me the fuck off this plane! I will fucking fly! I will... I don't fucking care! Put me in a fucking safe vest!
A routine flight took a tense turn when the pilot announced an emergency landing due to a passenger needing immediate medical attention. While most travelers sat quietly, concerned for the person in distress, one woman erupted in frustration. Dubbed a Karen by onlookers, she loudly complained about delays, connections, and her personal schedule, seemingly ignoring the seriousness of the situation. Fellow passengers watched in disbelief as she argued with flight attendants who calmly explained the medical emergency. As the plane diverted to land safely, the contrast was clear: compassion from many, outrage from one. The moment quickly sparked debate once shared online. Panic filled the cabin aboard Frontier Flight 226 when sudden violent turbulence sent the aircraft shaking midair. Overhead, bins rattled, drinks spilt, and passengers gripped their seats as the plane repeatedly dropped without warning. Nervous voices could be heard pleading, "Put this thing on the ground!" as fear spread row by row. Flight attendants quickly secured the cabin, urging everyone to fasten seatbelts and remain calm despite the intense jolts. What was causing such extreme turbulence? A storm system, unexpected wind shear, or something else? For those on board, it felt endless, turning an ordinary flight into a heart-pounding experience. A routine flight turned chaotic when a Russian passenger suddenly lost control inside the cabin. Shouting aggressively and lashing out, the individual caused panic among nearby travelers as tension escalated within seconds. Flight attendants attempted to calm the situation, but the outburst only intensified, drawing the attention of other passengers who stepped in to help restrain him. Phones quickly came out, capturing the dramatic scene as the once peaceful journey spiraled into disorder. What triggered the meltdown remains unclear, but the shocking mid-air incident has left viewers stunned. A passenger sitting by the window captured something unusual soaring beside the plane. The strange object didn't resemble any typical aircraft, moving silently through the sky before vanishing from view. The brief clip has sparked intense debate online, with many asking the same question: was it truly a UFO?
Breaking now, a man with 3 arms appears to be clinging to an aircraft wing caught on camera mid-flight.
A shocking clip shows what appears to be a man with 3 arms clinging to an aircraft wing mid-flight. The bizarre figure was caught on camera for just seconds, leaving viewers stunned and questioning whether it's real, an illusion, or something far stranger. A passenger looking out of an airplane window captured a breathtaking and mysterious sight. What appeared to be an angel soaring through the clouds, wings fully spread beside the aircraft. The brief footage has left viewers stunned, debating whether it was a miracle, an illusion, or something unexplained. A passenger flying above the clouds began filming after noticing something unusual drifting in the distance. Through the camera lens, a mysterious shape appeared to form above the cloud layer, oddly resembling a human figure standing or hovering in the sky. The shape seemed defined for a few moments before slowly blending back into the mist. Some viewers believe it could be a rare cloud formation or light illusion, while others insist it looks far too detailed to dismiss. passengers aboard a United Airlines flight were stunned after spotting a strange object moving outside the aircraft mid-flight. The unidentified shape appeared to glide alongside the plane before disappearing into the distance. The brief sighting has sparked curiosity and debate, with many wondering what was truly seen. A Frontier Airlines flight turned chaotic when a female passenger suddenly began acting erratically mid-air, shouting and moving unpredictably in the aisle. Fellow travelers watched in confusion as flight attendants tried to calm her down, but the situation escalated even further when another passenger loudly accused her of being possessed, sending shockwaves through the already tense cabin. Gasps and nervous whispers filled the plane as phones started recording the bizarre confrontation. Crew members stepped in quickly, attempting to separate those involved and restore order while urging everyone to remain seated. Some passengers appeared frightened, while others seemed more stunned than anything else. What actually triggered the outburst remains unclear, but the dramatic exchange has since gone viral, leaving viewers divided over whether it was a medical emergency, emotional distress, or something far less supernatural. It's strange how these sightings suddenly seem more frequent than ever, yet no one can clearly explain what they actually are. The mystery only deepens with every new video that surfaces.
What is that?
During a routine flight, a passenger noticed something unusual moving outside her window. Curious, she began recording as the mysterious object hovered in the distance, shifting position against the clouds. The brief sighting has since sparked online debate, with viewers questioning what exactly she captured in the sky. Mid-flight, an elderly man suddenly grabbed the woman seated in front of him by the hair, sparking chaos in the cabin. Passengers tried to intervene, but struggled to pull him away. The tense situation continued until a flight attendant rushed in and finally freed the shaken woman. The flight turned chaotic when a visibly unstable man began fighting and shouting midair, alarming everyone around him. Passengers watched nervously as crew members struggled to calm the situation at 30,000 feet. The frightening outburst has reignited debate online, with many arguing that stronger mental health screenings at airports may be necessary. After all, no one wants to feel trapped in the sky with someone behaving unpredictably and violently. A passenger filmed what appears to be a flying man outside the window at high altitude mid-flight. A passenger on board a Delta flight captured the moments when a massive dust storm rolled into Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. The flight was diverted to Phoenix, and just as the plane was ready to take off, the monster haboob rolled in. Here's another viral UFO footage going viral on many social media platforms, captured by airplane passenger. A duck remained standing